We are just days from Memorial Day, and it may not look like it here in Pennsylvania, but summer is just around the corner. So we need to make a list of our top 5 summer whiskeys for 2024. Stay tuned after the break, and we'll talk about it. So pretty much for the last 2 weeks here in Pennsylvania, it has been 60s, low 70s, and rainy. Pennsylvania pretty much plays with made up seasons, but at some point it's just gonna turn to be hot. For those summer days, let's kind of define what we're looking for a summer whiskey. So this is our 3rd year doing a list of summer whiskeys. We're trying to keep the list fresh every year, so we're not continually saying Redwood Empire Lost Monarch or Elijah Craig Rye, although those are great options. If you want to watch 2022's version of the list, you can check that out right here. Okay. And then if you want to watch 2023's version of the list, was actually a challenge issued to us by Bourbon of the Week. You can see that here. And then if you want to come back to this video, or if you want to wait till this one's over, that's fine. All of those are still pretty readily available here, although I think we had Eagle Rare on our initial list. But I mean, we're going to keep this list specifically to more available bottles. So here's kind of what I think of, right, when I think of a good summer bourbon or good summer whiskey. I think of something that I would put on ice, or I would take to a pool or something like that. Unlike the rest of the year for me, summer whiskey is something that I'm drinking in the heat. I don't want a whole lot of proof. I don't want a whole lot of hot flavors. I want something that goes down easy. I want something crushable. I want something that I can take and mix with orange juice or, sweet tea. Now, I am going to do a follow-up for this next week. So this is releasing on Tuesday. Next Tuesday, we're going to do our top 5 summer cocktails, so stay tuned to check back for that one. That one should be a fun one. I'm not a huge cocktail guy. We're going to do some pretty quick, easy 2 to 3 ingredient cocktails that even the non-whiskey lovers in your life might enjoy. So stay tuned for that list. But this list is going to be generally lower proof. There's nothing on this list that's over 100. It's going to be pretty easy, crushable, smooth, nothing really big flavored. So pretty much the opposite of what I drink and want the rest of the year. But for me, for summer, for taking to the pool, for, enjoying on the back porch in summer, this is what I want. This is what I want to drink. And this is what I would take to a party or to a bottle share. So we're just going to start out with one of the ones that actually released last year. Surprisingly didn't make that list, although it really easily could have. I think probably because of availability last year. But that's Green River Wheated. So Green River is one of, I think, my favorite distilleries, definitely my favorite non-legacy distillery. They are owned by Bardstown now, and their Green River Wheated is the epitome of a smooth, crushable whiskey. It's 90 proof. It has enough flavor to keep you wanting more, and it'll go great. Something quick and easy in the cocktail department, and I think it will be a good addition. It's not that expensive. It's like $35, so it's right there nestled kind of between Wild Turkey 101 and Russell's 10-year, and those are both pretty available. So I think this will be available most places, unfortunately not PA, but definitely in New Jersey, Maryland, Ohio, pretty sure New York too. So if you are in Pennsylvania there, you'll have to probably travel out of state to get it, but it is, I think, well worth grabbing at those prices. Green River Wheated, first one on my list, definitely one you should pick up. I think it is the quintessential summer bourbon. So the next one on the list is a new release for 2023. And it's going to probably be a little controversial, but let me talk about it real quick. And that is Traveler whiskey. So it is Chris Stapleton's whiskey. So I did review Traveler and I didn't care for it that much. However, right, this list is kind of opposite day for me. So the things that I don't necessarily like about Traveler are the things that will be good for it. I can definitely envision sitting around a campfire, enjoying a glass of Traveler, not thinking about it too much, and it just be inoffensive. It will be great with probably sweet tea or, orange juice mix, something like that. I don't think it has a bad flavor. I think it is a distinct lack of flavor, which is all but perfect, right? Especially when you want to make a summer cocktail. I think Traveler is what you're going to want. I think it's probably the most available Buffalo Trace product at the moment. I've definitely seen it multiple places. Pennsylvania seems to keep getting restocks of it. About $40. I think it'll be great. for summer, for cocktails. It'll be nice and versatile. And then if you want it over ice, it's really not going to change it that much. So number 2 on my list, Traveler whiskey. Give it a try. Okay, so this next one's going to be kind of off profile for this list maybe, but I'm coming at this from a barbecue perspective, right? I do a lot of grilling during the summer. I do some smoking, both brisket and tobacco products. So when you want to kind of talk about that stuff, peg leg porker is one that I think would be great paired with your barbecue. It's got very sweet flavors, very barbecue-esque, a little bit smoky, but not like in a Scotch peaty way. I think it's 40-ish, not PA available, but I think New Jersey. I'm not sure about Maryland, but it's available in some of the places around us. I think it'll go great with barbecue. I think it'll actually probably enhance your barbecue experience a little bit. Peg Leg Porker brand is actually a part of a Memphis barbecues that is, I think, designed to be around barbecue, and I think it'll be exactly what you want if you're, grilling and maybe your nose isn't quite there because you're breathing in some smoke. Maybe, you just want something quick and decently refreshing. That's going to be Peg Leg Porker. So as far as a grill bourbon, that's what you want. Number 4 on our list is Breckenridge bourbon. Now, it's one that I haven't had in a while, but I was thinking about my list this morning and kind of thinking like counter what I normally do. And Breckenridge is one I think would go really well with like an old fashioned or maybe like a batched mint julep, something like that. And I think it would be great around the pool. It is, light. They call it cut with Rocky Mountain water or something like that. One of those marketing ploys. But it is, I think, in the category of like nice and refreshing bourbon. Now, I'm specifically talking about their 90 proofer. I have not had many of their other things, but I have heard my friend Sherry from Bourbon Besties talk positively about their rum cask. So if that's what you're interested in, I know rum and summer kind of go hand in hand. But I think Breckenridge, being a Colorado distillery, it has good flavor. It is definitely still crushable. It's not big flavored. It's not hot. But I think it'll be a good summer bourbon. I think it'll be versatile enough to put with ginger ale or Sprite or something else and have it be a nice poolside sipper as well. So Breckenridge bourbon. Now we're going to get to one honorable mention. And it's an honorable mention because it is not available. But if you have it or you can find it, I think Elmer T. Lee is a great summer bourbon. And once again, this is kind of opposites day for me because I know what I've said about Elmer T. Lee in the past. I know the blinds that I've had where it came in dead last. To me, summer is inoffensive and crushable, and that is exactly what Elmer T. Lee is. There is nothing bad about Elmer T. Lee, but there's nothing good about it either. But I think it's versatile enough that you can have it with soda or you can drink it over ice, and it's going to have a consistent quality to it. I would not pay more than MSRP personally. If you can find it for MSRP, I think it's great. I would say if I liked it, I would pay up to $100. Anything over that, I think, is crazy and not what I would go for. So that is why it's an honorable mention, because it's not available. And when it is on shelves, it's usually $200, $250. If it is your first and only time seeing it and you absolutely have to have it, you do what you got to do. So that is my honorable mention. And finally on my list is a whiskey that I actually just bought recently, and that is Redwood Empire's Screaming Titan. Now, on our very first list, we had Redwood Empire Lost Monarch. The Screaming Titan, I think, is similar to that in flavor profile in that it has a lot of smooth crushability. It's not very hot. It's got a good nose, and then it's got some citrus notes that I think would be absolutely wild in like a Kentucky Mule or something of the similar ilk. Price is a little high. It is in the $80 range. I've seen it as high as like $100. I would probably not pay that for it. But I think as far as summer whiskey goes, that is a good summer nightcap, sipping it on the porch, really enjoying it. It is 96 proof, so it does have a little bit more proof than some of the other ones on this list. But I think as far as summer whiskeys go, that's one that I'm probably going to crush this summer. I don't drink that quickly, but that is one that I see myself coming back to again and again over the summer, and I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be an enjoyable experience that I can sip with my friends and not have it be unpleasant for anyone involved. So if you've made it to this point in the video, be sure to drop your favorite summer whiskeys in the comments, because a lot of times people don't like my list or they'll nitpick one thing or another, and that's what it's here for, right? It is here for you to gain inspiration from, and if you don't like it, definitely say something. But you can drop your list below, and if they don't like my list, they can check out yours. If you have ideas for future content, drop those in the comments. We're always trying to make the content that you guys want to see happen. We will do our best to make that a reality. If you like this content, check out our other videos. Please like and comment on this video and subscribe if you haven't already. It helps us out a ton. And most of all, we hope you'll join us in drinking like a gentleman. Cheers. Snap, crackle, and pop out here. Trying to just friggin' ride his motorcycle right outside my house. Traffic just bothers me. I don't know what it is.